Welcome to Pop Pod Weekly. My name is Anna.
Hi guys, it's Becca.
We are here. We've got so much creepy stuff to talk about.
Oh my God, I know.
We're just creeped. Our producer was just showing us pictures of Tom Brady and how much he loves to kiss people on the lips, which is fine. Then because I kiss my kids on the lips sometimes. They kiss me on the lips. Okay. But he really, it's like his thing.
Yeah,
he's like kissing a lot of
level.
his coaches right on the lips.
Yeah.
Lock lips. It's interesting. It's an interesting move. I think we're going to post about it. We'll post about it on our Instagram at Pop Pod Weekly and maybe TikTok too. Although sometimes I get scared to post stuff on TikTok because people like have your heads and like chop them off.
Yeah. I wonder if he does it on purpose. Oh my God, they're so funny. Look at that, him kissing that guy in the suit. He's like,
and
almost
he has
gonna
his
grab
hand
his
on
ass.
his bum.
Yeah. He probably wants that after his win. He wants that big,
Mamma mia, big kiss
that
on
moment.
the lips.
Like, yeah, so we did it. Even though he's not Italian.
He's American.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. On today's docket, we are going to talk about Ozempic, which is this weight loss drug that I know way too much about just because I'm social media whore.
Yeah, I want to say everyone is just starting to talk about it. We've been talking about it for
a while.
Yeah.
I've been sending it to my friends and being like, oh my gosh. And they're like, what is it? I'm like, oh, you're so healthy.
I know.
You don't know about this stuff.
You probably read the Wall Street
Yeah,
Journal.
you're
Actually, no,
cleaning your
correction.
house.
The Wall Street Journal did do an article on it.
I can't find a lot of negative stuff on it, which is bumming me out. Except for that it's expensive.
So it's expensive. I found a few negative things. All right, should we just get into it?
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say it very well.
Ozempic.
Very well. Ozempic.
It's a weight loss drug that's used for type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
So it helps with like your insulin production or like whatever you have going on.
And it's been
and
it helps manage weight loss.
Yeah, helps manage weight loss, helps with like cravings, appetite.
Yes. And what I learned via TikTok is that a lot of people who do gastric bypass their doctors recommend it afterwards.
Okay.
So they'll have that while they're trying to maintain and lose their weight. Or I heard another girl on TikTok saying that her doctor made her do it 6 months before her surgery to get her down. So they're starting to use it as a tool
for weight loss.
Yeah, for people that are obese and need for health reasons
to lose weight.
Yeah.
It's an injection that you get once a week.
Yeah.
So the drug's an insulin regulator for pre-diabetic, and its primary side effect is dramatic weight loss. Okay, so apparently it's been saturating the market for months now, and it's been helping the beautiful and wealthy shed extra pounds. Apparently, according to this Variety article, all the celebrities, all the Emmy Award winners were gushing about their managers and agents when they should have been thanking Ozempic.
Yeah, I guess. And
also, if you have an eating disorder, trigger warning.
Oh, yeah, we should have said that at the beginning because a lot of content I took in related to this always started with, this is diet culture information. And I guess now we're supposed to do trigger warnings when we talk about diet culture information.
I'm triggering myself.
I was majorly triggered. Anna sent me a picture the other day and I was very triggered.
Shit.
Yeah. I guess it was like the talk of the Hamptons last summer. Everybody in the Hamptons. That came from the Wall Street Journal article.
Okay.
Everyone from the Hamptons was on it and was doing it, but it's really expensive. So if you have diabetes, obviously it's covered, but if you don't and you want to use it just for superficial reasons, like say for example you just want to lose like 10 or 15 pounds and you don't fit the criteria to be covered by insurance, so you would have to pay for it out of pocket, and it's $1,500 a month.
Holy shit.
For one
which is nothing if you're like a Kardashian.
Exactly. Yeah.
But they're saying that it's pulling back insulin secretion and slowing down your stomach from emptying, which promotes you feeling fuller for longer. But I'm like, So the food stays in your stomach for longer. So does that mean that you're constipated?
I know. I didn't really
That sounds unpleasant.
I didn't understand that piece. So the only thing negative I heard about it is, one, it hasn't been tested for people that don't desperately need weight loss or diabetes. So it actually hasn't been approved for people taking it that are already in a healthy weight. So that's one negative, because you're taking something that that really it's meant for something else, but then another advantage was sort of found through using it. So people are using that to their advantage, but you don't know.
No, and the reason we're even talking about this and why it relates to pop culture is because the Kardashians, as you may have noticed, Khloe and Kim are like on a shrinking tour.
Yeah.
Like they just keep posting pro Anna. I'm calling them pro Anna because
It's
feel like
absolutely pro Anna. When Anna sent me a picture of Kim, Khloe, Chris, and a few other
friends,
string beans.
Yeah.
And it was, Kim's wearing a bikini top, and it's the winter.
And they're going to Vegas.
I mean, yeah, they're in Vegas, so I know it's not the winter there. But I saw every bone. Like, why are you?
Yeah, like it's like, and then the New York Post is like, heroin chic is back, which is so gross because, okay, so health is gone then. And now we're back to smoke, drink, take drugs, do whatever you need to do to stay slim.
Yeah.
Which is such an unhealthy message, and one that we grew up with being in the 90s, where like all the like we're talking Kate Moss, we're talking
Naomi Campbell,
all these party girls, even like Courtney Love, and then like then 10 years later when we were like in our 20s, it was like Lindsay Lohan, Nicole Richie, Paris Hilton. It was like
Misha Barton.
No one had a bum. Everyone was thin.
Yes, that's what was in. And then it's funny because then the Kardashians
broke that mold.
Exactly.
By actually having curves, having boobs, having bums, having, eating food. They eat on their show all the time.
And now it's the Kardashians are just bringing us all the way full circle.
Back to being skinny.
Yeah. Which they haven't admitted being on Ozempic, but I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. No, it's pretty obvious that something is gone awry and they just are not eating. And like the side effect of this drug is that you lose your appetite.
Yes.
But actually it's I've been watching TikToks and of people that are on it. Well, this is what kind of caught my eye because I was, scrolling through TikTok and all of a sudden I'm having all these moms in our area, which like small East Coast Canada.
Yeah.
Super small towns, moms taking Ozempic.
Yeah. So just to restate that. So we've found that people in our area of the world, we live on the east coast of Canada, a small little peninsula island.
Yeah.
And people are using it here.
People are using it here.
That cool.
Yeah. So they're
uncool.
talking about how nauseous they are, how they can't, the heartburn is terrible.
Yeah.
You can't eat. You have no appetite. I'm like, that just sounds dreadful.
Picky. There's this one woman who we listen to and it's like stuck in my brain because she's like, I went on a hockey tournament and I wanted
Don't be too specific or she'll find you.
I know, and she'll kill us. And she's like, and we went to Boston Pizza. I ordered the ravioli and a Caesar salad. Just picky. I had maybe 3 raviolis.
So the thing is that I'm wondering, I'm like, okay, you might lose weight, but you're going to rebound and you're going to need to eat again or you will die. You can't just pick and have a bite or 2 a day of food. And what happens when you rebound? And doesn't your body need nutrients and fiber?
Yes. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, those are all the negatives. You said you didn't really hear any negatives. But most people like that I've found that have been on it, their like test time has been like 3 months or 6 months. Like nobody's been on it yet because it was just approved May of 2021.
Right.
So, and that was for diabetes. It hasn't been approved for people to take like because people are starting to go to Medi-spas.
Yeah.
And you can get your injection at a Medi-spa, but it's not approved for that. Like again, it's approved for people that are morbidly obese and this is their last
they need to lose the weight quickly because
Yeah.
having the weight on is more dangerous than.
Yeah, or they need to go into surgery and they're not able to do that. So to get their gastric bypass, they're going to take that first for 6 months, get themselves down, and then do their surgery. And then, of course, the diabetes people, it has worked really well for anyone with diabetes.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been approved. But now people are going to Medi-spas.
Just like what they're doing with filler and Botox. Like at first it was with doctors. Now like anyone can do it.
Yes.
And it's not, again, what we actually, it was really funny because just to switch topics a tiny bit of like, you need to do research on what things are doing to your body and your face. So Stassi, who is like Kendall or Kylie Jenner's best friend, she was on
Baby Stassi?
Baby Stassi, baby.
Was that her? Oh, Stassi baby. That was it.
She was on Call Her Daddy podcast, and she was talking about she just got her lips tattooed because she's had so much lip filler that her lips no longer have color. So that's one of the things. If you do lip fillers for years upon years, your lips will lose their pigmentation. So they just are the same color as your skin.
Yeah, it's freaky.
Which is really freaky.
Yeah.
So that's
or
like,
if you're Julia Fox, it's a trend.
It's a trend. Yeah. So you can, so she's like now had to have her lips tattooed so that she actually has a color on her lips.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, okay, so that's like, say that's a 10-year side effect. What happens in 20 years, in 25 years? Like what happens to your face?
I know. And I also find it really funny that we have like two trends that are like competing with each other and they're so opposite. Like everybody's into organic, everybody's into their matcha and their green juice
in their $15 smoothie from Erewhon.
Yeah,
if you're a celebrity.
But yeah, exactly.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. We don't even have a choice because we're in
we don't have Erewhon.
Canada. Yeah.
If you're getting your smoothie from Pete's Boutique,
and if you know, you know. But yeah, it's just funny. Like everybody is so ultra focused on like getting the right amount of sleep, working out, eating pure organic, but then they're pumping their body with all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And now every celeb's going to be on this drug. You know they are.
Yeah.
They probably already are.
No, I know.
I wonder how long Kanye will take to get on it because you know he has a lot of
body issues. That's the least of your problems, Kanye. Yeah. So, anyway, it's really interesting going. I was actually thinking though, because I was watching that same mom, that hockey mom.
There's just something
and
the
then
way she
in
talked.
a
I could have
span
listened
of
to it
11
forever.
weeks, she was really down in the dumps because she only lost 8 pounds. And I'm like, yeah, that fucking sucks. You're eating nothing. You're nauseous all day long and you lose less than 1 pound a week. Like you can do that with just reducing your calorie and like you can do that with diet and exercise.
Well, she was drinking because she said that. She was like, that's
the other thing. You can't drink a lot when you're on it. It can gives you like major heartburn. So,
but she's like, I've been trying to drink and I worked out pretty well. I've still been, I'm like, oh, okay, good. I'm glad that's top on the priority that you can still, I'm like, just cut out the drinks.
I think where it's really triggering is the message that skinny. I cannot talk today. I've been trying to talk all week and it's not working.
Thinny.
Okay.
I like that. Actually, you should
actually
coin
do like that. Now I'm like, what's the real word?
Yeah. Skinny or
skinny. Thinking about being skinny. Let's get thinny about it, guys.
Yeah.
So I think the thing that is triggering about it is the idea that it's skinny at all cost.
Yeah.
Nothing else, like they always say, nothing tastes good as thin is. You can never be too rich or too thin. You can be too thin.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can die of anorexia.
Yeah.
You can lose all your hormones and never want to have sex again because you're...
Yeah.
Or you could just become a mom.
Yeah. One or the other. No, absolutely. That's why it's so triggering. Like a lot of people are blaming TikTok for diet culture.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of, quick little videos.
Well, they call it body checking. So it's like this thing that is kind of like an underground like anorexia thing that people will do, which is body checking.
Oh my God. So, are we old just by saying Anna content? Now it's like body checking.
Well, I think people don't even know what that is.
And when I'm saying Anna, I'm not saying Anna as in
we're talking
Anna.
about is short for anorexic.
So, yeah.
But again, trigger warning. But so if she will like stand away from the camera and just kind of do like 3 or 4 angles, like side view, front view, like back view, and just be like, okay, bye. That's like body checking. it happens a lot with like super thin people on Instagram. Like they'll do like a front, side, back, and then just like a little wave at the camera.
Oh my
But
God.
Kim's doing that all the time. Like if you look on her latest Instagram post, I'll show you her body checking. So essentially it's like if you were like in the gym world when I was, and people would post pictures of their abs every morning on Instagram. Yeah, while calling themselves fluffy.
Yeah, I know.
Again, so it's like that is body checking.
Okay.
And apparently you need people's like I don't know where. Oh, maybe it's on her Skims.
I mean, I don't even know if I need to see it. I'll probably be triggered even more than I already have been. I don't know what it is, but like there's something about Chloe and Kim specifically lately that is very triggering to me.
Well, I think it's because of the weight loss.
But it's the inauthentic piece of it. Like, why can't you guys just say, like, we don't live in a world where you just can change your entire body and no one says anything. We live in a TikTok world where every other person is being brave enough in saying, like, I'm trying this drug. I've lost 8 pounds. I'm going to see if it's going to work. And then they just think they can waltz in and say,
well, technically they can. Because I
think it's bullshit. It's annoying.
It is annoying, but they can do whatever the hell they want.
Okay.
So they owe us, like, you know what I mean? Like there's the argument they also owe us nothing.
No, they lie though. They don't They do say when anyone's like, what do you guys do for your body? Like, we wake up at 5 every morning and we work our asses off. And that's what you lazy. And the insinuation is
nobody wants to work these days.
This is why it's so triggering, because the insinuation is you're not as disciplined as me. You're not as good as me. So you can't receive the riches and the gain that I do because I have some sort of special magical discipline. And it's bullshit. You're on drugs, you crackhead.
Yeah. She's mad. Gosh, she mad.
Sorry.
Okay. So it's becoming a huge problem. Everyone is jumping on the bandwagon. The insurance companies are refusing to cover it for anyone who is not diabetic, and it's led to a panic. Pharmacies have units on back order. Whoa. Okay.
Well, that's the other sad part is people that actually need it can't get it.
Yeah.
Because there's a shortage.
Okay. So the drug has made international headlines when it was going viral on TikTok as the trend My Ozempic journey. Okay, this is why it's popping up in my For You.
They know what you like.
They know what I like. They know I like to torture myself.
Exactly.
It showcases eye-popping transformations. I'm reading this from Variety, guys. I did not write this. Copyright.
Yeah.
Earlier this month. Okay, so yeah, basically people are posting about it on TikTok. And yeah,
Elon Musk tweeted, there's like a few different, there's Ozempic, but there's like 2 other names that it goes under. It's same drug, but different name, different brand. Mm-hmm. I guess Elon Musk has also, he tweeted out that he's on it.
Oh my God. Is Elon?
He's a little soft. I had to look. I was like, is Elon even need diet? But then
what a weird
I looked and I was like, yeah, he could I could see he looks fine, but I could see in his head why he might want to lose a few lbs. He could get a bit tighter around the face. Yeah.
So Dr. Lee said that, this is a doctor in Variety. He said the maximum weight loss exhibited in most patients is 15% of their body mass, which, I mean, if you're obese, but it's still like I said, I don't feel like the results are like insane. But if you look at it like just say like, yeah, exactly. Like you're trying to get someone into a healthy place where they can have surgery or they can like bring the immediate dangers of diabetes down.
Yeah.
So like, but if you're like a Kardashian, for example, they've never admitted taking it, but just say they do. They're going to be able to lose their appetite. So just stop eating on top of the fact that they work out twice a day.
That's the thing.
And they can have any nip tucks that they need if they've got like some extra fat. I know they get tons of lipo and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And,
plus they have a chef
do like,
that can prepare everything.
Yeah. And they do like those like, I actually want to try this. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't think I would ever pay money to do this. But like those like things that they put on your abs that like harden up your abs. So it's like doing like a million sit-ups, but you just lay there. I mean, I do sit-ups every day because I'm a Pilates instructor.
Yeah, I know.
But sometimes I'm like, ooh, would they like pop out if I did that?
I know.
And then there's cool sculpting, which is like they freeze the fat and then it like melts off. That does work. But again, it doesn't work permanently. So that's where I am with all this stuff. Like we've talked about it with Botox, with fillers, with cool sculpting. Even with, I was thinking of another thing and I was like, yeah, but then it's just going to wear off. All these things that just wear off. So it's like the maintenance, even like you get your lashes done. Well, we don't, but no. Just say you do. You
On our
get
last
your
episode,
nails
we determined we do nothing.
We do nothing.
Yeah.
We're like going too all natural though. It's a bit gross. Like we need to make a plan.
Guys, can someone yell at us and be like, you ugly hag, stop dissing.
I know.
On all the pretty people.
If you want to see what aging looks like, just tune into our YouTube channel. Yeah, exactly. BNV Media. So yeah, that's what's happening.
We'll see. I think it's juicy. I think keep our eye on it. Also, if you're bored and just go on TikTok. Honestly, it's quite an interesting journey to see everyone's different like takes, because you're just seeing like regular moms that are just going through like their weight loss journey, and weight loss journeys are just interesting. In general.
Yeah. But the thing is, this is the thing. Okay. And now I'm going to put on my personal trainer, fitness instructor hat, which people are always like, oh, you have a pop culture podcast? That's really weird because you're like a health professional, but you can't, easy come, easy go. Nothing is going like, and even like to sound like Jillian Michaels, it's like calories in, calories out. If you stop eating, yes, you will lose weight. Is that sustainable? No.
Yeah.
If you're eating lots of fruits and vegetables, you can eat a lot more food than if you're eating McDonald's, just based on how many calories are in what. So I'm not saying like you need to count calories, but it's like nothing can replace healthy eating and exercise long term.
Yeah. And there's no such thing as a free lunch.
There's no...
Just a good old
what's a free
quote.
Lunch? A no lunch. If you don't eat lunch, it's free.
And I guess this isn't a free lunch because it's expensive as hell.
Yeah. So it's just like, I always worry about like, it's like when people do extreme dieting, like ketogenic, for example.
Yeah.
They're going to lose weight. They're going to lose a shit ton of water too.
Yes.
And then they're going to get bored.
Yep.
And then their body will like, it's like when people, I was thinking about the other day with like this Ozempic thing, because I'm like, how long can you go without eating? It's like, I'll have clients that are like, oh my God, I had the flu for 2 weeks and now I lost 10 pounds. Woohoo. I'm like, girl, you're going to get hungry again and that's going to all come right back.
Yeah. And everyone knows that feeling when you're sick and then you can finally eat
and
again.
You can't imagine eating again. And then all of a sudden you can eat again and then you can't stop.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
No, I know. I think the only good thing about this, because I always go to the youths, we have to protect the youths. They can't afford this. So at least.
But how are they affording everything else? This is why people need to live with their parents till they're 30, because it's too expensive to walk around these days.
I know.
Injection free and like.
They have to do their nails.
We're not even talking about body work here.
No.
Like.
Just hair, nails.
You might need to save up 10 grand to get new boobs if you're into that, which I need to do too. Or aging off into the sunset, which is my plan.
We'll see. We'll keep. We might be on Ozempic next week. We'll see.
No, I think there's other things that we need to invest in.
Yeah. We have a few more maintenance. We need
to fix our faces before we.
All right.
Anyway, let us know what you guys think. So
yeah,
and of course a lot of it's psychological. So people don't just eat a lot of food because they love eating food, although sometimes that's the case. But there's a lot of times where there's like emotional eating. There's it's a way to manage stress. It's if you've been dieting since you were a child, your food signals are all thrown off and you don't know when you're full or when you're hungry. And then there's health issues like diabetes and stuff like that. So it's not like a simple fix, but
I think that's one of the positive things about it. Like when I would listen to different TikTokers who who are overeaters, I think that's someone who is like a great candidate. Also, they're checking in with their doctor weekly. So if you're under a doctor plan and you're using this, you're supposed to be checking in with your doctor weekly.
Yeah. Like if you're getting it, taking it home, injecting it yourself, you have to inject it into your stomach.
Yeah.
I heard that if you you get a lot less nauseous when you inject it into like your leg or something. But then I heard it doesn't work as well because it's going into your muscle. So it doesn't metabolize the same way.
I'm such a chicken. I would have anxiety that I would like
I know.
spontaneously combust. Like, oh, that didn't work on her.
She's dead. Okay, so anyway, that's a wrap on Ozempic for now. So if you're wondering with these celebrities, one more thing. Becca was talking about this in the car. So I think like 2 years ago, a cast member of Glee died.
Right.
Because that show's cursed. More than one has died. But this woman was on a boat with her son. And did they drown?
He was fine. Yeah, she fell off the boat and they couldn't find out how. And they found the boat with the son and he was still alive.
And she was a tiny little actress.
Yeah.
Anyway, they found a bunch of drugs in his system. One of the drugs was a weight loss drug. Yeah. Like this type of thing.
Yeah.
And apparently it's just very common
for people
Hollywood.
in LA. Yeah. To be on.
It's kind of like the Adderall thing. So I always say, if you're ever looking at like a celebrity and thinking like, oh my God, how do they say so fit and so thin? And they're saying they do like Soul Cycle and Pilates and blah. A lot of time they're also on like a shit ton of drugs too.
Absolutely. And that I think
appetite suppressants. Like you can use the amphetamines like Adderall and stuff like that. And you can also apparently get injected with these things that are just going to make you too nauseous to eat.
Remember in the 90s when people used to take like caffeine pills?
Yeah.
As
those never worked.
I know. I think I did them once and I got like a headache. Someone gave them to me. I was actually working at a coffee shop and someone gave me a caffeine
like the
pill.
last thing you need. You're like, oh my God, I haven't eaten for 2 hours. I wonder if it worked.
Yes. But I remember this girl had like a big like box and she used to take them like all the time.
Yeah, I remember we used to take in the 90s. We used to take like
ephedrine.
Ephedrine, yeah, to like. And it's also in like some kind of medicine too.
Yeah, and it makes your heart race really fast.
Yeah, I remember one time I went for a run and I took it and then I just started like burning up. Like I was like turning into a tomato and I was like, I'm just getting too hot.
Yeah, I remember I went to university with this girl. She was tiny and she used to do the Stairmaster, which also seems very 90s.
Yeah.
Even though this was in the 2000s. And she would take ephedrine before and then she would go like do 2 hours on this Stairmaster.
Hot tip.
It worked for her. I don't know where she is now, so I can't tell you the long-term effects, but she was like, I'm fine for
that 1 year.
That 1 year that I knew her.
Oh my God. Okay. So, all right. We're going to take a little break and we will be right back.
Yes.
Okay, guys, we're back. And before we talk about the latest Balenciaga insanity, I want to talk about Julia Fox saying why she dated Kanye.
I know. She's really just coming with the good little nuggets.
She's coming with a great little nugget. So according to her, I was listening to her Instagram and she said, I'm going to try to find her TikTok because I just like her voice. It's very comforting.
It's so funny because everyone made fun of her for her voice.
And now it's like what you listen to for like ASMR.
She does definitely have like a unique
vocal fry.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was saying that she dated Kanye to get him off Kim's back.
I know. Which I think is a really funny twist.
Anyway, I can't find it, but so I thought that was really funny. But she's on Z-Way, who has her show on Showtime.
Yeah.
She is on Z-Way and she's actually just Julia Foxing it up.
Oh my God, is that out now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna watch
really
that.
good.
Yeah. And if you guys don't watch Z-Way, watch it.
Yeah.
Z-Way's hilarious.
Z-I-W-E.
Yeah, Z-I-W-E.
You can watch it on TikTok and you can watch it on YouTube. And she's
I watched it on YouTube.
Really funny. And she has this very dry way of interviewing / trolling people where she asks them like really awkward questions in the way that things that like nobody wants to talk about.
Yeah.
But
like,
she talks about it and then she makes the funniest faces that you don't know if you said the right or the wrong answer, which is like her like way of making
comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love the way she dresses.
Yes.
She dresses like almost like Cher from Clueless. And I heard her speak about how she dresses and she was saying she makes her like self really like candy and cute on purpose to like counterbalance the like shade that she throws on her guests, but it's not really shade. It's more funny. Did you watch the one with Adam Pally?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It was so funny.
So funny. Adam Pally is hilarious.
Hilarious. Like she asked him, for example, like in one of his movies, he had to wear cornrows.
Yeah.
And Adam Pally, if you don't know who he is like a white comedian man.
Jewish guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And she was like, basically like, that's cultural appropriation. And he was like, I'm sorry.
He was like, they made me. And she was like, did they, Adam?
She was like, he was like, I didn't think it was a good idea at the time either. But yeah, she just will like, I just love how she says all those like, it asks you all those cringy questions that you're so scared to answer and so embarrassed about, but she's just going to bring it out.
Yeah. Like when she had, what was that? Who's the girl who, what's her name? She had the dirty New York apartment.
Caroline Calloway.
Oh yeah, she had Caroline Calloway on. It's funny. She's like, how many black friends do you have, Caroline?
And she's like, oh, I'll tell you.
Caroline was like, none.
Oh my God, it's really funny okay, I'm going to play a little bit of Z-Way and Julia.
Yes, I want to hear it.
I think she asks Julia. Okay, this is funny. Okay, Julia Fox on Z-Way. One sec.
Although there have been whiter people in my life that said things to me.
What did they say to you, Julia?
Like, you're not really white.
Who's saying this to you?
I swear on everything I love that I know a woman who is that, like, white that said that to me. And I used to have a lot of hair, like, before I got it all lasered. And, she would say, like, it's because you're Italian,
So I guess Italians are like the black people of white people.
Like the same way that there's degrees to blackness, there's degrees to whiteness too.
I actually want to apologize to the Italian community for making light of any persecution. Honestly, Columbus, black man. As an Italian...
I love the white people trying to like...
Yeah, so anyway, Julia Fox, if you don't know what she looks like, you probably aren't listening to this podcast.
No.
But anyway, she
is clearly a white person.
Yeah, but she was saying that she isn't that white.
Well, I sadly am the whitest person because I pretty much don't have eyebrows.
And you did not have to bleach them. You just came out the womb that way.
And I am translucent, and my daughter is like pretty much translucent. One of them,
your daughter looks like Children of the Corn.
Yeah, yeah, bleach blonde by nature, not from a box. So yeah, she is right.
God.
There is degrees.
So yeah, that's a recommendation if you like to laugh.
Yeah, I love Z-Way.
Okay, so we're going to talk about something not laughable right now. Okay, so Balenciaga is a fashion brand. So it's been really popular. Kanye worked with them. It's really popular with younger people. They have a crazy runway scenario.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a luxury brand. So
Balenciaga.
But they're up there with like Louis Vuitton and
yeah.
I can't think of Gucci.
Did they have that like really famous bag in the mid 2000s, like the satchel? I feel like actually maybe I shouldn't speak. I'm not up to date on my fashion.
It's not fact checking.
I know.
But so anyway, they've been really popular lately, especially I noticed with like younger people too, because they have like Balenciaga hats and sweaters. They're kind of like going the route of like how everyone was wearing, like a lot of young people were wearing Gucci.
Yeah. Gucci definitely had a moment like 4 years ago.
Where like, people would save up and buy a $750 hoodie. So
well,
it's
I was going to get one because I loved those shirts. And I was like, you know what? I deserve it. And then I went on their website and for like a plain shirt. Remember everyone was wearing that
like
Gucci
the t-shirt?
Yeah, it was $550.
I know. I just can't.
And I was like, actually, never mind. Mm-hmm. I'll buy new curtains for my bedroom.
That's like I went like 5 years ago. I was like, I'm old enough to buy myself a Louis because I never had like a Louis Vuitton. And I bought it and I never use it. I don't even know where it is. That's really sad.
That is sad.
It's probably stuffed somewhere. I bought
it's very cute though.
I bought a vintage one, so it wasn't. It was secondhand.
Yeah, still expensive.
Still expensive, and I don't even know where it is.
But you're so environmentally conscious.
Yeah,
reusable.
So anyway, Balenciaga is in hot water for its latest ad campaign, which is being accused of inappropriate conduct involving children. Okay, so there's a lot with everything that's going on with like Jeffrey Epstein, for example, like
They're supposed to be releasing more names, apparently.
Yeah, they are. With even like R. Kelly, let's say, like everything that's going on with child stars, talking about like
the Nickelodeon producers,
all the Nickelodeon kids, all the Disney kids, the Britneys, the Aaron Carter, who's now passed away, like all Michael Jackson, all of these people. A lot of people say that there's huge sex trafficking and like a lot of pedophilia that goes on in like Hollywood and I mean, Balenciaga is not Hollywood, it's European brand, but it's like in these high-end circles.
Elite circles, I guess you could say.
Elite circles. So like, you know, Jeffrey Epstein, he was really good friends with the Clintons.
Yeah.
Like
27 times.
Bill Clinton's been down to his like private island 27 times, which is like where they did all their pedophilia. We don't have any proof that Bill actually did anything, but the fact that how can you be so close to someone?
Yeah. I mean,
I haven't been on 27 trips with any of my friends.
No, Jeffrey was a known pedophile. And if you're hanging out with a pedophile, you know, even Trump, God bless him, has said.
God bless him.
Or sorry, not God bless. God bless.
God bless his little.
God bless his soul. He's just a good man. No, even Trump was like, not God bless him, actually, he's just so stupid, where he was like, yeah, everybody knew he was a creep.
He was like, thanks for doing something about it, guys.
Exactly. He's like, yeah, I hung out with him. He's like, oh, everyone knew that Jeffrey liked very younger girls. Everybody knew that.
Something really funny just popped into my head. This is my ADHD. Remember we were talking about Call Her Daddy and her, and they were drinking like vodka?
Yes.
And we're drinking beer.
I know. God. We're just trying to be cute guys and Stassi babies drinking like a low-cal drink, and we're just chugging on a big old...
Oh, God, I need to go
hunky
straight
dory.
to the... I need to go straight to the spa. Okay. So, Balenciaga. So, basically in this campaign... It's been deleted from their Instagram. It's so strange. And it's like a classic case of like grooming in some ways, because it's like, if you think about how you become, like how pedophiles operate.
Yeah.
They're going to start with like, let's play a game where I tickle you and you tickle me. And then it escalates over like a period of time.
Yeah.
So that's why I also find this so creepy, because it's like, it's not overtly sexual. It's like woven into the like narrative, which is in like this creepy way. So
it's kind of like the Disney thing when like creepy things will happen in Disney, but no, the children aren't old enough to know
that they're participating in something creepy.
Exactly.
So in this ad campaign, there's two little girls that are probably like under the age of 5, and they're holding these teddy bears that are wearing BDSM bondage gear. So like one of them has like a chain around its neck with a lock. They have like leather, and one of them's wearing like a mesh shirt. Yeah. Like it's just like this, like
you can tell, like when you look at it, you realize like that teddy wants to fuck.
Yeah. It's like, so it's like, that is actually a tool that a pedophile could use. You could give a kid like a teddy bear and be like, what do you do to this teddy bear, or blah blah blah. Like it's just so creepy.
Yeah. Or maybe you should dress up like the teddy bear. I'm gonna dress up like the teddy bear.
Yeah. And to add more creepiness, so people were really like freaked out right away by this.
Did they say who the art director was on that shoot?
Yes, I'm sure you can find it.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you look, so people were like, what the hell? So then upon further digging, they started noticing that in the shot, there's a desk that features papers. And if you zoom in on the papers, it's a court case that's Askoff versus Free Speech Coalition, which was that ruled in the favor of virtual child pornography. So this is a case that happened in 2008 where it got thrown out. So 7-2 of the judges in the Supreme Court agreed that it was okay to depict adolescents sexually in movies, in classic literature, innocent emails, like.
Wait, so they won and saying
They
that
won.
you could?
So you can't, like okay, so this court case, sorry, I'm not good at explaining stuff like this, but in this court case is basically saying like you cannot be, charged if you're depicting child
for the sake of art, essentially.
the sake of art of
Child
like
pornography,
movies,
yeah.
classic literature. So going back to like Lolita.
Yeah, they're like, guys, we're not getting rid of Lolita. Everyone knows that's our favorite movie.
And this is another one, or innocent emails that describe pictures of grandchildren.
That's just weird.
That's just weird. So
Like, why is that thrown in there?
the ruling
There must have
upheld-
been a case.
Really, I know. So the law sets a 5-year mandatory prison term for promoting and pandering child porn, but it does not require that someone actually possess child pornography. Opponents have said that the law could apply to movies like Traffic or Titanic. So people were just saying if you're like, it's considered child porn if there's a movie where children are being sexualized.
Yeah.
So the Supreme Court said, no, it's not child porn. But this is what we go back to. It's like there's people like Rachel Evan Wood, when we were talking about who was
Raped on the set.
raped on the set of a Marilyn Manson
And
music
created a
video
porn.
as a teenager.
Yeah.
That is not considered porn.
Yeah, and that is now can be shown to everybody forever in time.
And she says that it was traumatizing. But when people are minors and they're not even managing their own careers.
But if this is the Supreme Court of America, they have assholes like that Brett Kavanaugh
Right.
voting on this, and he's allegedly raped someone. So what the fuck does he care?
Right. So there is no possibility that virtual child pornography or sex between youthful looking adult actors might be covered by this terms.
Youthful looking adult actors. Okay.
It's like they're not, but that's also another, like, I mean, I
Yeah.
guess then like if they're of age. Okay. Anyway, so why they would have that in the background of this Balenciaga ad campaign shows that purposely they knew a kid holding a teddy bear that's wearing adult bondage sex wear. They knew that they're basically saying we're allowed to do this. This is not illegal.
So do you think that whoever was like, I want to do this cool campaign. It's a little bit edgy. It's a little bit different. I think, and then someone else was like, you know what? I feel like people are gonna get upset about this. And then was the choice to put that in the background.
To be like, this is for the people that are going to be upset with this. But the thing is, why would you mess with that?
It's just so weird.
There's
And
certain things that I get. Art is out there
Provocative.
and it can be provocative. But I think this is where we really mess things up for minors.
Yeah.
Is when we, for our own selfish as adult art, decide to sexualize children because not we being me,
Yeah.
but these people might think it's artsy. It's like, you're an adult.
leave kids out of
Leave
it.
kids out of, like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure Marilyn Manson thought it was really fucking artsy to have sex with a 17-year-old on screen.
So what was this for kids' clothing? Because this article
No, it's
says,
not for kids' clothing.
Okay, so this article said it incorrectly because they said ads for kids' clothing. Yeah, okay. Keep
Anyway, so they took the kid ones off, but they left the adult
going.
in the same campaign. The third image showed a red-haired woman sitting at a desk in New York City, featuring a book on her desk by Michael Borman, which displayed nude images of children.
What the hell?
So this is the same campaign. So they had an underlying tone the whole way around. They've got the bondage stuffed animals. They've got a woman with a desk book with pictures of naked children on it. They've got that court case paper filings in the background. So they're trying to make some kind of weird, like rally to all predators.
I don't understand what the hell they're doing. So has my favorite person, Kim Kardashian, who always is in head to toe.
Has
she said anything?
No, so not of yet. But someone posted, Lila Rose posted on Twitter. This is absolutely disgusting. Balenciaga features toddlers in ads holding teddy bears in bondage outfits and with a court document about child porn partially hidden in the image. This is criminal and sick. Sexualizing children must be a red line.
Agree. What do you think? So they're obviously, me and you both work in the business world as well as our volunteer job as podcasters.
Yeah.
What are they? So this has to go through numerous levels.
Well, that's the thing.
Approval.
So this was what Balenciaga said.
What's the approval process?
Balenciaga said, they scrubbed their Instagram, took all the pictures down. We sincerely apologize for any offense in our holiday campaign may have caused.
It almost makes it worse that it was
a holiday campaign. I'm like, oh, creepy family time over the holidays.
With your ball gag
teddy
stuffy
bear. Our plush bear bags should not have been featured with children in this campaign. Okay. Yeah, we have immediately removed the campaign from all platforms. We apologize for displaying upsetting documents in our campaign. We take this matter very seriously and we are taking legal action against the parties responsible for creating the set and including unapproved items for our spring 23 campaign photo shoot. We strongly condemn abuse of children in any form. We stand for the children's safety and well-being. That is such bullshit.
It's them.
It makes zero sense. That's like my studio having an ad campaign and me being like, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm paying for the campaign.
Exactly. That is the biggest
whoever
bullshit.
paid for the campaign, which is the company, is responsible because they created the campaign with their finances.
Exactly.
So if you're so dumb that you write checks and don't, and I highly doubt that a fashion brand, it's a brand. Everything they do is calculated. There's no way this wasn't calculated.
I wonder who owns, because a lot of the brands are owned by that LVM, whoever owns Louis Vuitton. Like the LMVH goods company.
Oh my God. So it's like,
no, they don't.
That is the weakest, most nonsensical apology of all time because it does not make sense.
Okay, so I don't even let my kids use that apology. My number one pet peeve is when there's something wrong within your area. Mm-hmm. Like say, for example, my company makes a mistake. I think the response is always, I'm sorry, we will correct. It's never... like blaming it on someone else is my number
someone
one.
That works for you, someone that you pay, that takes direction from you. That's
authority.
Even worse.
Yeah, that's where exactly.
That's even worse because maybe you didn't make it, but you paid someone to make it.
Like a better apology, which still wouldn't be good. So now you're
just negligent and dumb.
Exactly. A better apology would have been our art creation was
too out there.
Yeah, or like we didn't.
Trying something new, we didn't realize it was going to be hurtful. Like, yes, I don't know.
That would have been a better thing. Like,
not even that's an excuse, but that would make more sense than what? Where did these pictures come from? It's like, can you imagine the amount of money they spend on those pictures?
Oh yeah, that's probably their holiday campaign is probably their number one campaign of the entire year.
Right. So they probably spent millions. Yeah. So and they weren't just like, okay guys, I'm out here making a sweater, can you guys throw together an ad campaign?
Yeah, just like grab some kids. You have kids, right? Just get them,
put them in,
bring them in. If you got a
sexy bear
gag, great.
Yeah, like it makes print off this paperwork from a Supreme Court case about child porn, put that in the background.
No, I think it was horrible art. Someone thought they were doing something super artsy.
It's so crazy.
And it didn't work. It was a complete, that whoever thought they were doing something artsy is a creep, and everyone else called them out for it. And now they're embarrassed. And rather than just owning up and being like, our art direction on this was way off, our apologies.
Yeah.
They're going to take legal actions against a third party.
A third party that they paid? That they obviously signed off on everything.
Yeah.
So following Balenciaga's statement, the photographer of the campaign, Gabriele Galimberti, penned a lengthy statement to his own Instagram account, attempting to absolve himself of the creative decisions that were made in styling and itemizing the campaign. So it's just, it says statement. Okay. Following the hundreds, this is his statement, the photographer of this campaign. Following the hundreds of hate mails and messages I have received as a result of photos I took for the Balenciaga campaign, I feel compelled to make this statement. I am not in a position to comment on Balenciaga's choices. Exactly. I mean, not saying that the photographer is innocent, but he doesn't make the choices.
No.
When you get hired by a brand.
But he could, just a side note, he could have showed up that day and said, no, I don't film children in fetish ways, and walked away.
Right.
So he's just as guilty, but keep going.
Yeah. But I must stress that I was not entitled in whatsoever manner to neither choose the products nor the models nor the combination of the same. I agree with that.
Yeah. We've actually owned a fashion magazine, and no, photographers don't style the shoot.
No, you hire the photographer, you hire the models,
stylist.
You pick the clothes, or the stylist
you
picks
have
the
a
clothes.
stylist, you have an art director.
Like, you don't do, as a photographer, you
just show up and take
showing
pictures.
up and taking pictures of products that they provide for you.
Yeah. But again, just saying again, he could have shown up if he had his own ethic and moral code. He could have shown up and said, I'm not taking fetish pictures of kids and I'm leaving. Find someone else. But who's going to do that? Because it was probably a huge check. And that just goes back to everyone's spot.
God knows how it was sold to him anyway. As a photographer, as I was only solely requested to light the given scene. So that's true. Like, he's responsible for lighting and take shots according to my signature style. As usual for a commercial shooting, the direction for the campaign and choice of objects displayed are not in the hands of the photographer. Agreed. I suspect that any person prone to pedophilia searches on the web and has, unfortunately, a too easy access to images completely different than mine. Absolutely explicit in their awful content. Accusations like these are addressed against wrong targets and distract from the real problem, the criminals. Yeah, like blaming him is a distraction.
But no one ever takes accountability anymore.
Yeah.
He could just say, he could add, and maybe he doesn't need to, but I mean, every single person who puts their head down and goes along with it is helping towards create it. So I mean, he could have, maybe it would have only taken one person to be like,
speak out.
Yeah.
I just want to hear this. So the last couple sentences of his statement is, also, I have no connection with the photo where the Supreme Court document appears. That one was taken on another set by other people and was falsely associated with my photos. Okay, because I guess the Supreme Court document was in the one with the replacement.
I know.
For the kid one, then they put
was
in
that
a woman.
Kind of like an FU to the people.
Right.
Like, we're allowed
Like,
to do this, by the way, but we will change it. But according to the Supreme Court, we're allowed to
do this.
Child
pretty
pornography.
much. It's really strange. So, okay. Not going to comment. Okay. This isn't the first scandal to rock the designers this year. Okay. So Balenciaga, they're already in like crisis because Kanye, who was like
rocking the boots,
worked with them. They had so the Gap and Balenciaga had a collab with Yeezy.
Yeah.
So Kanye, Balenciaga, and the Gap, that all went sideways, obviously, when Kanye just went crazy and was making a slew of anti-Semitic rants and hate speech. Last month, the company announced that they would be severing ties with the rapper. Balenciaga no longer has any relationship nor any plans for future projects related with Kanye, the artist.
Well, that's the least of your problems.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, people are calling out because Kim Kardashian, I don't know, I need to check, has yet to make a statement. And she was rocking like Balenciaga like yesterday.
Yeah. And she always does, like when she wears those black looks with like the sunglasses and stuff, that's always head to toe Balenciaga.
Yeah. So anyway, the Supreme Court thing that I was trying to explain a couple of minutes ago, not that well, but it's really interesting because it is exactly what we're talking about. Like when we were saying, like, should children be allowed to be in movies? Like, just say you are playing like you're Winona Ryder and you're in Great Balls of Fire where you're playing a 12-year-old
Yeah.
married to an adult because that's about a pedophile.
Yeah.
So they're or Lolita.
Yeah.
They've made that movie like 5 times in all different countries.
Yeah.
And that is child porn. But
I know.
according to this law, it's not child porn.
It's not.
But
yeah.
the 12-year-old is getting excited about a movie role and is signing off on things they can't sign off on.
And there's this, I can't remember, she's a child star, but I can't remember her name, but she did a really good YouTube video because she did a scene where she got raped when she was like 14. And she was like, it was very traumatic.
Isn't it the girl from the movie 13?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Is it Rachel Evanwood?
No, she's a Disney. No, it's someone else.
Anyway, a lot of child stars have come back now and say that they did not like, spoiler alert, they didn't like making out with adults in movies.
Yeah, exactly.
And they hated it. Like Jeanette McCurdy, whose first kiss was to an adult when she
Yes.
was a teenager. And she
it was
hated it and was
creepy.
so embarrassed and then became like an alcoholic because of it.
Yeah, I know. And those poor kids that had to be on the set of Balenciaga.
Exactly. And it's like,
But a side note on Kim, we shouldn't give her a hard time because, I mean, she's wearing the brand. How is she going to know that? Just, I don't want to be too hard on Kimmy.
you hate Kim.
I know.
I'm the
but
one who
trying
actually thought I liked her.
not to hate her. Like, I can't blame her for the Balenciaga
I think with
thing.
her, she does need to speak out though, because she was wearing it like, or she needs to stop wearing it.
Or she needs to stop wearing it. Other than that, and just to explain, the reason why I don't like Kim is I just think she's giving a bad message. I know you guys are probably like, we know. I just feel like her. She lies pretty much, and I think that's really hurtful to be like, no, I'm just a stick because I eat out or I eat healthy and I work out and you don't.
Yeah, I know.
But anyways, I'll get over it one day. Probably not.
I like Kim because she yells at Courtney, and that makes me laugh.
Yeah, I know it is good. I
All
do
right.
like her for that.
We got to go.
Yeah.
We got shit to do.
We do have shit to do. All right. Have
All
a
right.
good week, guys. We love you.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.